Liv, good morning. Hope you're all okay. We are at chapter 23 today. So we left the end of chapter 22 and something kind of funny was going on. Edward was having almost like a bit of a flashback/dream or something because everybody that had ever kind of looked after him or he'd found himself with on his journey was around him, which we kind of thought might have maybe been some kind of good dream he was having. So chapter 23, starting like this, it looks as though somebody is fixing or doing something to Edward. So let's have a little look. Exceedingly well made, said the man, who was running a warm cloth over Edward's face. A work of art, I would say. A surpassingly, unbelievably dirty work of art, but art nonetheless. And dirt can be dealt with, just as your broken head has been dealt with. Edward looked into the eyes of the man. Ah, there you are, the man said. I can see that you're listening now. Your head was broken, and I fixed it. I brought you back from the world of the dead. My heart, thought Edward. My heart is broken. No need to thank me, the man said. It's my job, quite literally. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lucius Clark, a doll mender. Your head, may I tell you? Will it upset you? Well, I always say the truth must be met head-on, no pun intended. Your head, young fine sir, was in 21 pieces. 21 pieces? Edward repeated mindlessly. Lucius Clark nodded. 21, he said. All modesty aside, I must admit what a lesser doll mender without my skills, might not have been able to rescue you. But let's not speak of what might have been. Let us speak instead of what is. You are whole. You've been pulled back from the brink of oblivion by your humble servant, Lucius Clark. And here, Lucius Clark put his hand on his chest and bowed deeply over Edward. This was quite a speech to wake up to, and Edward lay on his back trying to absorb it. He was on a wooden table. He was in a room with sunshine pouring in from high windows. His head, apparently, had been in 21 pieces, and now was put back together into one. He was not wearing a red suit. In fact, he had no clothes on at all. He was naked again, and he did not have wings. And then he remembered Bryce, the diner, Neil swinging him through the air. Bryce. You're wondering, perhaps, how your young friend, said Lucius, the one with the continually runny nose. Yes, he brought you here, weeping, begging for my assistance. Put him together again, he said. Put him together. Put him back together. I told him, I said, young sir, I am a businessman. I can put your rabbit back together again, but for a price. The question is, can you pay this price? And he could not. Of course he could not. He said that he could not. I told him then that he had two options, and only two. The first option being that he seek assistance elsewhere. Operation 2 was that I would fix you to the very best of my considerable abilities, and then you would become mine. His no longer, but mine. Here Lucius fell silent. He nodded, agreeing with himself. Two options only, he said, and your friend chose option 2. He gave you up so that you could be healed. Extraordinary, really. Bryce, thought Edward. Lucius Clark clapped his hands together. But no worries, my friend, no worries. I fully intend to keep up my end of the bargain. I'll restore you to what I perceive to be your former glory. You shall have rabbit fur ears and a rabbit fur tail. Your whiskers will be repaired and replaced, your eyes repainted to a bright and stunning blue, and you'll be clothed in the finest of suits. And then, some day I will reap the return on my investment in you. All in good time. All in good time. In the doll business we have a saying, there is real time and there is doll time. You, my fine friend, have entered doll time. Okay, and that's the end of today's chapter. So one of the questions today is about what kind of perception you get from Lucius Clark. What kind of person do you think he is? And a few other questions to go along with what's gone on in that chapter as well. And I'll be back tomorrow for our next instalment. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hopefully the sun comes back up tomorrow. It's been a bit drizzly this afternoon, hasn't it? We've had some thunder and lightning at school today, which is all very exciting. But let's hope tomorrow is looking brighter. Hope you're well, and I'll see you soon. Bye.